household of the Baron Featherington. 3 misses foisted upon the marriage market. Viscountess Bridgerton, bounty of perfectly handsome sons and perfectly beautiful daughters.
Daphne! You must make haste!
Don't hurry up, the gun's going.
Miss Philippa Featherington and Miss Penelope Featherington.
It is only the Queen's eye that matters today.
Miss Daphne Bridgerton, Dowager Viscountess Bridgerton.
Flawless, my dear.
My name is Lady Whistledown.
I really hope I'm able to continue such a grand tradition.
Your dresses have arrived.
Oh! Lady Whistledown.
The author.
Do we know a Lady Whistledown?
Surely Lady Whistledown would be her true love.
She is named Daphne, is the season's incomparable.
Ladies, hurry with your miniatures before our guest arrives. And Penelope, put down that book at once. You shall confuse your thoughts. Well, how much competition can this cousin provoke? She came of age on a farm. She has a mere 4-figure dowry. And as for her...
She's beautiful.
That is what I was hoping to discuss. I've only returned to London to deal with my late father's affairs. I'm afraid it leaves me no time to socialize. And so
Daphne is fortunate. Every woman is not afforded such gallant protection.
Well, every woman isn't a
For
lady.
every darling debutante from Park Lane to Regent Street will be on display.
Find better. He is of dubious parentage. We shall not have you making love with a poet.
Duke.
Miss Bridgerton.
A moment, please.
Miss Bridgerton.
As I am well aware of the company you keep, brother, I'm certain your days with His Grace were most civilized indeed. Anthony.
Am I the first gentleman to arrive? How wonderful.
And do you have a large family too, my lord?
It seems our diamond requires a close...
You are in my seat.
Her name, unknown to most, yet soon known to all, is Miss Marina Thompson. I wonder whether Her Majesty might reconsider the high praise she once afforded Miss Bridgerton.
Forgive me for not calling sooner. I presumed your affections were already engaged.
They're not true.
Only they are true, brother, and they are true because of you. You managed to scare every worthy suitor away. Whistledown is nearly reported.
It should be noted that he has no plans of ever marrying. This author wonders which brazen matchmaker shall rise to such a challenge when he sweeps Miss Thompson off her pretty little slippered feet. A most peculiar suitor for Miss Daphne Bridgerton has emerged.
Daphne.
Will it be just the two of us? Yet again?
Majesty, good evening. You must remember my daughter, Daphne. Yes. She made quite an impression, however fleeting it may have been.
Gregory, would you stop tossing peas at me? Those peas are already there. You cannot tell me what to do. I am older. And I'm taller.
Children.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Who is to refrain from thinking about whom again?
I assure you, I'm anything but interested in you.
Good.
I believe the two of you to be friends.
We are good friends, which is why I know he has absolutely no intention of marrying.
Well, you must understand all
Daphne deserves better.
now necessary.
And I know...
So you must ask yourself, are you merely an older brother, or are you the man of this house?
The resemblance is remarkable. You look just like him. Your father.
What is it?
Lord Berbrooke's barony is over 200 years old. His lineage is legitimate. He's had an excellent
As I
education.
would be. Do you even know who the father is?
What I know is that you shall never understand.
What was that?
You shall never...
Go with me! What are you doing out here?
Avoiding certain
Trees.
people. Perhaps there is an answer. To our collective Lady Whistledown issue. I find it quite brilliant. Provided you do not wish to marry me, and I do not wish to marry you, whatever should you have to lose?
How the young miss secured her newfound suitor is yet to be determined.
You must tell me something.
Did you move?
What are you doing in here, Lady Danbury?
I am going in, Your Grace.
No place for a lady.
I have a son!
Son?
One Miss Daphne Bridgerton. The illustrious debutante was seen dancing not once, but
in society, she will be leading it. I have prepared her quite well, Lady Danbury.
I did not mean...
6 balls, Your Grace.
Very well, though I shall see about the flowers.
And you must remember me.
I have no interest in causing a scandal, Miss Bridgerton.
You should imagine with you it comes naturally.
Why is Miss Thompson to be kept away?
Because her condition is catching.
How did she become a child if she's not married?
I do not know. I will find out. Francesca needed bath already.
How does a lady come to be with child?
You wanted this handled quickly. You gave me your word.
And I intend to keep it. You were the only man who proposed, therefore the only one I thoroughly considered. This is nothing more.
Whatever happened to his eye? It's quite grotesque. Daphne has charmed a duke, Anthony. You must know that.
I will not marry Nigel Burbrook.
You understand. One day you'll be most appreciative. The contract to Burbrook will be drawn up, and you shall marry him. Are you courting my sister?
Should I not be courting your sister?
No. And I can think of dozens
He's
of
4 years
reasons
old. He should be able to speak.
He is quite advanced in his letters.
Talk to me, damn you.
You are scaring
And
me.
if that's what it should take, I shall get a sound from him still.
No. I found you a few sweets.
After some time, the bundles came to include small notes.
Where is Sir George now?
Spain. He went off to fight with Welland.
Will it be the rubies or the pearls, miss?
I am invited to a private tea with the Queen.
Must your wardrobe do the same?
I was told this look is all the rage.
Certainly not mine. Take my arse over before you make it. Instead, I made myself free. You can speak.
We must make him believe that you are on the very precipice of a proposal.
Good on it. Dignify with words when your sister plans to face her. Deservedly so.
You will never speak to my sister again, Burbrook.
But we are to be married.
The young lady is as rare a treasure as there is. Do try not to bungle it up.
Oh, if you have, you must tell me. For if I had already known, she...
I shall not have you question the lady's unimpeachable honor again.
Yes.
You are my worst failure.
I beg your pardon.
I am sure you do. I shall pursue the same recourse with you as I did with her. To forget that you ever...
For there is nothing like an excursion into nature to lift the spirits and loosen the tongue.
I would have helped you. You should have told me.
Would you have believed me? You only changed your mind about Lord Burbrook because another man told you the truth.
You need not feel your evident worry. Burbrook is...
You've not heard what Whistledown writes of me still. No.
I shall save her, as well as your entire family, from the ruin which you could not protect them.
Tiny mouth at any moment, and then I shall be ruined. I must marry Nigel Burbrook.
You will throw yourself into raising your family, and you will find much joy, Benedict. And I truly believe I am quite capable of something more, even when I am not allowed to have anything else.
That you're not the only one.
Your Majesty, a future with someone like a duke, perhaps. We are to invite Lady Burbrook over for tea, Mrs. Wilson.
Bless me with another because perfection had already been achieved.
My goodness.
Not every lady.
You have no idea.
What have you found?
Sordid tale. which perhaps might involve sending some much overdue...
I've heard talk that Berbrick has left town.
Most appropriate hem for your sister when she decides to marry the Duke.
Eloise, you mustn't worry.
You're not frightened too, sister? Of marriage? Of children?
And I know, one day, we both will find it.
The game of pretend that you feel you must endlessly maintain.
Or the Queen, or any member of the ton. This is about a life, Your Grace. My life. It's the time we have a family. Children.
Then let us find you a husband. You have returned to take your rightful place. I will never marry. The Hastings line will die with me.
But I would venture a different conjecture, that she...
Anything.
Or perhaps even better, he's already making his way back to you here, to come and take you home.
Lord Weaver is a fine dancer.
Lord Hardy was asking about you at White's last night.
Lord Hardy.
Miss Bridgerton.
Lord Weaver.
I was wondering if you might do me...
Tell me, my lord, do you prefer the city or the country?
I suppose I've never thought of it.
The prince is from Prussia. I do not even know him.
They do not need to know him.
And besides the fact he's...
Well, now you were just making it.
Boss, I know. We will not think of him.
This is beautiful work.
For Lady Cowper's girl.
Not that it will help.
You and I make our own way in the world.
Which is why I shall find myself a wealthy, sensible gentleman to keep me in high fashion. You look exceedingly familiar to me, my lord. Or is it your grace?
Can I ask you a question, brother? It is about the Duke.
What about the Duke? 20 years I've known him. He's not mentioned his so-called family even once. He spent his entire life alone.
Miss Thompson has a fondness for cake. A reducing diet will work wonders for her, I'm sure. I simply must meet Miss Marina Thompson, a distant cousin of my husband's.
Miss Thompson, the pleasure is mine.
Your Highness.
I was hoping to see you today.
Were you?
Yes, seems the art.
It's not at all like the others you donated, is it?
Danvers, we believe this one's a favourite of my mother's.
This one is intimate.
Cressida swooned.
And Prince Friedrich caught her.
I shall be locking up now, miss.
Are you sure there are no gentlemen lingering about the gallery?
Can you at least try to understand? You never see things from my perspective. You are not the only one with troubles, Eloise. You have no
I
idea.
wanted you to see your future firsthand. Should you refuse to follow my instructions?
Why ever would you put up with such pranks?
He was my friend. Who do you think ended up helping your brother get the animal back out?
Of course it was
I
you.
imagined a good start. Though most marriages, I gather, are more like battlefields.
But how can something be both physical and intangible when they are indeed quite the opposite?
When you are alone, you can touch yourself.
But if you are merely dallying with her, and if she loses her chance of such an extraordinary match, and I would never forgive you your carelessness.
Get it. If you enjoy drawing but need practice, then practice. Hire a drawing master. Find a young lady to act impressed. If you just...
About us doing something different. I would say ice flavors here are divine, yes, but well, perhaps the two of us.
I shall not be joining you today, Miss Bridgerton.
What are you doing?
To prove our ruse should hereby need to end.
And tell me why.
You know, I have the attentions of a prince.
He is perfect for you.
I have plans of my own to attend.
With the Duke?
My affairs are no longer your concern,
I'm not
sir.
here because I'm jealous.
Goodbye, my lord.
I'm here because I miss you.
You have made me promises before, and I like a fool believed them.
Nothing more to do with me or our...
Oh, it is quite exact, Mom.
These are names. 14, to be exact. 14 single, eligible young ladies.
Miss Thompson, how lovely to see you back with us. Might I have your next dance?
I'd be delighted, my lord.
I've decided to leave England, darling.
Are you feeling all right, dearest?
Exceptionally.
Queen's ever so cherished crown jewels themselves. Hastings, I hear, was left looking rather tongue-tied. Surprising? Quite. Unreasonable? Of course not.
How long do you think it'll be before Her Majesty arrives? I may very well faint from hunger.
I cannot help it. You are perfection itself.
Offer her your gift.
I've brought you a gift. Miss Bridgerton, are you unwell?
Is it true? Am I to be the sister of a princess?
Calm yourself. I'm not yet engaged to the prince.
When you have to wear a crown?
Does that sack of grain have a German accent, or is it my imagination?
Remind me, Will.
Favor, but I implore you not to miss this match.
Only thing His Grace would like to miss is the chance of seeing the Bridgerton girl on the arm of a prince.
Show me a smile, girl.
I beg your pardon.
Your teeth. I want to see them. Is she simple-minded? Goodness. See how she acquits herself?
Of course. We will be attending the Trowbridge Ball. How do you imagine they would react 6 months hence when that whelp of yours pops out looking the picture of health? Lord Rutledge is in want of an heir. He will not ask questions.
Well, she must marry eventually.
Why must our only options be to squawk and settle or to never leave the nest? What if I want...
Most ladies I have met cannot seem to reconcile their delicate sensibilities with the brutality of such.
Well, you must have no sisters, Your Highness.
Mr. Gillespie. After all, here's the princess man.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The match is...
I hear you're to leave town tonight.
You hear correctly.
I misjudged you.
Was he at today's match, sister?
He certainly was.
It's a loathsome and barbarous form of entertainment.
What about the Duke?
What about the Duke? If you should have something to say, Mama, please say it.
Well, I only wondered...
Everything you saw, none of it was real. It is over now.
But have you any idea? Those very things are precisely what have allowed a new day to... Love conquers all.
Scandalous move between an unwed couple, a wayward touch, or heaven forbid, a kiss, would banish any young lady.
The man made his choice, Cressida. What did you expect me to do?
Anthony. This is Miss Addington, the Earl of Lindsay's niece.
Pleasure.
Why do you have them, anyway, all of these Whistledowns? Eloise. I was thinking perhaps you are Lady Whistledown.
Our host looks a bit fussy. A dance? Are you well recovered, Miss Thompson? And so I find myself left with one question to ask.
To refresh myself, Your Highness. Prince Friedrich is kind and adoring, and he knows what he wants.
Miss Bridgerton! Miss Bridgerton!
My most sincere apologies.
Boston!
Daphne, you look unwell. Did you catch a chill in the garden?
Sometimes. Oh, well, I've done worse, I suppose, really.
Fair enough.
Did you see the way he rescued me tonight? He's not like the other young men who play games and guard their affections.
Like marriage.
You do not care about marriage.
Well, what do I do? I cannot expect you to understand. Not everyone can be a...
What is it?
You and I need to talk. Daphne, bed.
I'm to meet Anthony Bridgerton at dawn.
And yet you deprive me the luxury of sleep.
A duel at dawn. Every financial account. You do not know.
No.
You've spent all
our money.
I shall not.
Including our girls' dowries.
I've failed our daughters.
Do the gentlemanly thing and fire their pistols wide. Now, allow them to bring this ugly business to a conclusion themselves.
Oh.
No, I did not.
Do you know?
And neither did anyone else. You should be happy that no one saw anything.
Daphne, you look unwell.
Drawer off my desk, you shall find the name of a lady. If I die, you must ensure she is provided for. Do you swear? Benedict.
Duke. I require a moment with the Duke.
Make it brief. I can never give you children. It is your dream to be a mother. Is it not? You deserve everything.
There will be no need to resume. The Duke and I are to be married.
What is it?
I'm engaged.
Oh, you're to be a duchess. Oh, darling. I knew there was something between you. When it comes to love, such things happen much more frequently than one might expect. Even your father.
Only the best. For Miss Bridgerton and my nephew.
Officially betrothed to the Duke of... Of course, there are only two reasons to procure a special license and race to the altar.
I'm sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. No promises were made. Because if the Duke is forcing your hand...
Forcing me? My goodness. If anything, I'm the one forcing him.
Then I can only wish you a lifetime of contentment with your new husband. It was a pleasure to know you, Miss Bridgerton.
We are so happy.
Very much so.
Mr. Colin Bridgerton for Miss Thompson.
Miss Thompson, as a souvenir when you return from your travels this year.
I am uncertain of my travels at the moment, Pen.
But you were so keen to travel. He's from seriously thinking about marriage, and I would hate to think Marina is simply wasting her time. Time she simply does not have, of course. That is all.
Ma, might you spare me a moment? I must have Cressida's opinion on some fabric. So you can either be a duchess's friend or her enemy. It is entirely up to you.
I'd imagine a man like the Duke does not take kindly to being forced.
Apologies for my tardiness. Not at all. The Archbishop is yet to arrive.
What on earth for?
For some reason, the Archbishop of Canterbury did not think he owed me an explanation.
If we are to wait weeks for this.
It is the Queen. Tell her you are in love. Plain and simple and true.
Bridgerton, despite all obstacles, I've managed to find a man who will overlook your current circumstance and offer you some security.
Amelia was ill. Several years ago.
Every man entertains her before the day, I rather think. But it does not signify. He will be a good husband to you. Good father.
You smell bad.
Nikki, stop pestering him. Right, dears, come on. Out you go.
But Miss Bridgerton thought me presumptuous, arrogant, insincere. All fair, really. One thing. I thought her a premium. But to meet your best friend and the most beautiful of women is something entirely apart. And it is...
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost.
Oh, him. Kind eyes. A fine enough husband, I think.
I'm beginning to feel a little bit faint. Perhaps you know of a more private place where I might catch my breath?
I can hardly believe I'm saying this, but we cannot go further. No matter how tempting otherwise.
The other night? What happened the other night? I do not believe anything happened at all.
I suppose I put this conversation off for as long as I can. It's in fact. That is right. Well, no one explained it to them.
So this act, it is performed to have children?
Yes.
She allows us a visit. I'm quite sure you'll enjoy the peace and quiet.
I want to miss all of you. Terribly. So we will be spending our wedding night at the inn.
It's your liking. Should you require anything else at all, please let me know.
I understand that you do not wish to see me. That you would prefer to stay in your separate room and endure a word.
I cannot stop thinking of you. From the mornings you ease to the evenings.
What? Simon.
Do you want me to stop?
Simon, I need you closer. Wonderful.
I am, of course, talking of the honeymoon.
Welcome to Cliveden, Your Grace. It has been so long since
I wonder what Daphne's doing at this very moment.
I'm sure she has many new duties to attend to as Duchess.
I have asked Miss Marina Thompson to be my wife, and she has accepted.
So, you compromise this young lady?
Certainly not. I'm a gentleman.
Then why ever would you...
Why does anyone marry, brother? The truth is, I do not require your permission to marry Miss Thompson.
Reason why every mamma of the time keeps her daughter in total darkness about certain diversions. But I suspect Mrs. Coulson shall always resent me if I do not take her tour. And I shall look at redecorating this room first.
You wish to redecorate?
It's no trouble, truly. But I wish to talk to you first. I would hate to change anything you are particularly attached to.
Then you may change it all. In fact, please do.
Your Grace, should we... You...
Whatever will stop, thank you.
Doesn't matter. I believed his physical inability to have children would... I'm quite glad to say I was wrong.
I was not prepared to let another of you fly the nest so soon.
Have a fear, Mother.
Between the two of them, they really will make the most beautiful baby.
He is not the father, you dunderhead.
She makes a fool of him already.
Perhaps you might find another tailoress more to your liking.
Unique accent, and yet I've never asked where in France you're from.
Bragdon.
Does your patronage extend beyond pies, Your Grace?
There must be something.
I should have returned soon to see that things are in order. Did not realize my absence would be felt this way.
I hope that...
I'm sensing a honeymoon in foreign parts. What think you, Lord Bridgerton?
I would not participate.
He promised to buy me a bunch of blue ribbons.
I understand this was no mere flirtation. Marina loves this man. She loves him still.
And yet she's marrying me. Trust me, Pen. Do not fret. We could be married within a matter of days. We just have to make it to the border. Anthony would be an ogre. I shall arrange everything.
Would you care to break your fast with me?
I'm sorry, my love. The farmer in the village is right. The estates have been neglected far too long. The wheat yield...
Whatever. If you simply tell me of your wants and needs, I will ensure everything is in order.
Thank you, Mrs. Coulson.
You said that all three pigs won. When you could not choose a winner, no farmer won the contract, nor the income.
Ah, Daphne, yes, I'm simply setting up work in the East Wing.
Is there something wrong with the study?
Careful! She'll have to excuse
You wanted an heir, she wanted a child. She kept trying long after the doctors warned her not to.
It was a forgery. Marina, George never wrote those things to you. He never did. Where's your bag packed?
Working late, Your Grace.
Curse it, what time is it? We ought to clean up for dinner.
How does a woman come to be with child?
Your mother...
No, my mother told me nothing. Please.
Please send my great thanks to the Duke.
You lied to me.
I did not lie.
I trusted you. As you have made abundantly clear, but I do know one thing. I know that is not love.
To be dealing with, Miss Marina Thompson is with child.
Would you please ask Miss Nolan if my personal effects have yet been removed from the Duke's bedchamber and placed in the dust? I would never dream of concealing the truth of such important matters.
Your Grace.
My brother seems to have been embroiled in scandal. Please request that His Grace prepare his largest carriage. I shall require my space.
This scandal could very well tarnish my debut, Mama. Perhaps we should delay my coming out altogether, a few years.
Oh, hush, child. All will be
Très élégante, Miss Bridgerton. What a debutante you will be.
While there is no Paris...
Even charity requires funds, of which you must have considerable amounts, I presume?
Listen to me, brother. That the Ton devours every bit of Whistledown's on D is the only thing keeping this family from shame. Because of her column, no one believes...
Perhaps we should count you lucky to not have married a stranger.
She was not a stranger.
She was.
I will not speak on my duty. Fair enough. I presume you won't speak of what happened on your honeymoon.
You were still awake?
Is truly what our marriage will be for the future? You out all night doing God knows what with God knows whom. Finish what we started. What is to become of us?
Marina, you must tell me that this Whistledown woman is mistaken. What she wrote, I consider myself lucky that you chose me, lied to me, tried to trick me into a fraud of a marriage. I shall take my leave of you for the last time, Miss Thompson.
Oh, is this not lovely? All of us together again.
Who is she? Your Majesty. Whistledown. I tasked you with unmasking
with a woman with child.
Miss Cowper, judging not, lest we too be judged. The things that were truly important. If I'd have known the truth, then perhaps I...
The Duchess is quite overcome.
I came here to apologize to you.
To me?
I misjudged you, and I wanted to tell you that what you felt... I hear General Langham and his wife are in London. Why should you be left all alone to bear the punishment for his crime?
Would you rather stake your fortunes on the outcome of a business scheme, which may very well fail, or back the sure thing?
Simple arrangement, and both our problems will be solved.
Welcome to my den of iniquity. Things in no time. All it takes is a little practice and perseverance.
Seems I have been blessed with some beginner's luck.
The game is not over yet, Your Grace.
I rather think so too. Again.
Reckless affairs. Are you still seeing that opera singer you believe no one knows about?
You judge me, yet you cannot possibly understand the responsibility of heading a family because you...
And so I made a vow that his efforts would be in vain.
If your hatred for your father outweighs any affection that you might bear towards me. My courses are due within the next few days. You will know then which vow you have broken and how...
But my luncheon?
At least she did not say it.
She wrote nothing.
Someone who visited your household regularly might have seen or overheard something.
It is a possibility.
In that case, we must reconsider our methods.
And did the Duke sign his name as well on this letter?
No.
But there is nothing more you can do.
Marina...
It is over.
If you are not truly ready, I shall not ask you to play pretend. Perhaps I have been rushing.
Sir Granville.
Bridgerton. It takes courage
To live outside the traditional expectations of society.
I would like to make a stop and pick up a friend.
A friend? The entire ton were there, and I did not have a single worthwhile exchange.
The entire ton? You mean everyone except for the Featheringtons?
They're perhaps a tradesperson.
I certainly. Good as gospel.
The fastest courtship upon record occurred.
I shall quit London. Tonight, perhaps.
And draw new whispers about the state of our marriage. I would prefer otherwise.
Perhaps His Grace might place his hand on the Duchess's shoulder, so that you both can look as happy as you surely must be.
And where did you meet her?
About town.
At a shop?
Should you not be off somewhere getting ready to attend your very...
She's somehow less deserving of my attention because she's not whom polite society deems appropriate.
I am well. That tea has accomplished what I needed it to. And now with the season over, I can finally go. You were right about Colin. He is a good man with a good heart.
I've made my decision. The Duke and I are going our separate ways.
But it seems a carriage has arrived back at the house. And Mr. Crane is there.
I beg your pardon, but did you say...
My brother George died on the battlefield.
All this time, he loved me.
Me? I need a dress for my sister's ball.
You already have a dress for your sister's ball.
I need another one. No, it is not. Whether those loyal customers be Featheringtons or Bridgertons.
I'm doing this for your own good.
I can decide for myself.
You'll be better off without me.
Instead, you can take the deed to my house.
Precarious, as in it is non-existent.
Well, the young ladies will just have to wear something they've worn before.
I would merely be doing my duty.
I do not love this man. I cannot marry this man. I thank you for your offer, Sir Philip, but I believe you should now take your leave.
How could... What kind of father?
One that not only expected, but demanded.
Appears I could have used that luck of yours today, Your Grace.
Indeed.
Well, where's the other half?
I used it to pay off my man. No matter?
It seems my entire family is gathering. Would you care to join me?
I have a friendship with Genevieve Delacroix. The
And let the catch and toast go round.
Perhaps Mr. Finch might even reconsider his proposal now that you have your dowry again.
Who have been successful in the year's marriage market look forward to flaunting their perfect,
I
joyous...
truly believed a tea would rectify the situation, madam.
And yet, to those who may still...
I shall not be anywhere near that dance floor.
Children always have done. It still does not mean I want any of my own.
Dearest, you must see this as a rehearsal until you are officially out. Who's here?
Featherington. Join us.
I'm leaving. First thing tomorrow morning, I begin my tour. I'm to start in the Mediterranean.
Approach Her Majesty.
I require an audience.
Oh, well, in that case, no.
An audience.
Oh, well, in that case, no. It is how she operates. She will be seized there tonight.
Brimsley.
Always done. I am looking out for myself. I am ensuring my own future.
You're right. I'm sorry, Sienna.
What do you think you're doing?
I apologize. I thought you were someone else.
To know whether they are in love. Everything else seems different to them.
But knowing that the two of us made the choice to love and to do all that we could.
For what? Even a duke cannot control the weather.
I know that this is not what you had envisioned.
I love all of you. Even the parts that you believe are too dark and too shameful.
Where's Miss Thompson?
You're saying he is dead.
I do not want to be alone. I know that now.
If there is to ever be a grander finish to a season, some endings seem more permanent than others.
She watched this season, I'm sure of it.
Well, I'm sure with Whistledown still on the loose, next season will be far more interesting.
How did you endure 22 years of marriage without love?
Big things too, like your babies, and eventually they add up to be enough. You will do well.
Of course, however uncertain those new beginnings...
Relations shall make me all the better for it. No more distractions from responsibility or being waylaid from the sensible path.
You were with Madame Delacroix last night?
Yes. No, please do not tell our sister that I left in the middle of the
Shall be left entirely up to me. Yours truly, Lady